We are moving forward with business and economic segment. We are looking at aspect of economic development and everything that affect our bread and butter. And people are looking at the Middle East. They are looking at the impact of Iranian war into Namibian economy. However, today's business, we are looking at home. And it's actually interesting to look at businesses such as insurance businesses. And you understand that that area has always been dominated by international companies. And if you speak about insurance, really looking at the technical aspect of dealing with money, financial security, and also something that to be able to help you in the time of need. However, today I'm joined in the studio by a young Namibian business person, or by two entrepreneurs actually, but you'll be able to hear from them when they are going to introduce themselves, and also looking at what they have for us today, and also looking at the context of Basecamp Incubation Center to say what products are they producing, particularly in terms of the young generation of Namibian entrepreneurs. Today I'm joined in the studio by Sunday Simataa. It's one of the co-founders of Kasi Cover Micro Insurance Company. Sunday, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
And welcome to Business and Economic segment. How are things going?
Pretty well. They are okay. I'm just happy to be here today.
Okay. No, we are also very happy to host you. This is a business platform. Everything that has to do with making money and do different things, particularly in the Namibian economy. We are actually very happy to have you. Let us start with maybe before we go to Kasi Cover. It's quite an interesting name. Maybe just a very short background, how you came about, how did you come about, what are your interests, and also how Kasi Cover came about, and what services are you giving, and how come you come up with such a, I think it's a very tough idea, or very challenging, especially looking at the industry, but interesting to know how let's start with your background, then you also go to the business.
Okay. My name is Sunday Simataa.
Yeah.
And I'm a student at NAST, pursuing my bachelor's degrees in business management. And Kasi Cover is basically a micro insurance provider that aims to provide affordable and easy access insurance cover to low-income individuals by airtime deduction using USSD code. So basically, it's more like Tamba but with insurance. Yes. So our mission is basically to enhance customer experience through seamless digital platforms. So a little bit of background about Kasi Cover. Growing up in the township of Katutora, where most individuals are not able to get simple services such as insurance, medical aid, because they are too, let me say, expensive and quite the required documents are quite ish. Yeah. So basically we just came up with this idea to integrate everyone and include everyone financially who are going through the same situation as we faced. So we went through research and came up with this innovation to help people in the community, and also just look forward to partners who can make this innovation.
No, it's actually a very good thing, because as I have indicated, some people, they are just operating on in the grace of God, especially when it's coming to insurance. Accident can happen anytime. You can get to a hospital anytime. But when you look, this guy, do we have money even to take this guy to the hospital? There's no money there. But I think it's a very good aspect of security. Now, moving forward, we know it's always difficult, especially to enter an area that has been dominated by international companies, which is actually a fact. But looking at the industry, how you came about, and also looking at that, how was the interaction from the research to also starting with first clients, and also your experience just in that industry. How was that experience when you enter that? Did you look at it as was intimidating, as was challenging, or how did you come into that area?
Okay. To answer that, I would say that Kasikava, we aim to be the first to actually do this mobile money, or let me say a wallet for insurance. So it has never been done in Namibia. So we aim to be the first to do this. Basically, yes, it's intimidating to go against the bigger giants.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you are not going to try, who's gonna do it for your community?
Indeed.
So yeah, we spoke to a lot of. We actually interacted with a few people from different sectors just to see how we can integrate this innovation.
Yeah.
And the feedback was quite. It was quite good.
Yeah.
So we have like a positive.
They respond positively, ne?
Yes. We also spoke to the legal entities, the Namfisa as well.
Yeah.
So I think we can get a good results from it.
No, it's a good thing. Maybe let us look at your customer base. I know you indicated the targets, but maybe just to give a practical example, and also the price to say if it's Kasi cover and this micro insurance, maybe what price range and what cap. Can I be a medical doctor and I want to use your service? Can I also be a minister, maybe to say, no, I want to support young business people in this new industry, because people who are interested in knowing maybe how is your your target customers, and maybe a bit of a price and how it's being done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our target market is anyone from the age of 18 to 65 years old, unemployed individuals, low income earners, and as well as we are not, let me say, excluding anyone from the program. So everyone. But then mainly we focus on the low income earners, people that cannot afford this. That's where the name came from, Kasikava. Yeah. So basically we are targeting people from the location. And Kasikava has two products. We have hospital cover, and then we have the life cover. Hospital cover is more of if you spend at least one night in the hospital due to injury or an accident. So the price is $2 of which is worth $350. So if, let me say,
so you are paying $2 per month, or how is it done? So
basically it's airtime deduction. So every time you get deducted $2, you get awarded $350. So the more you recharge, the more it accumulates, and you can get that amount. So in this unfortunate incidents of injury, so you can claim that amount, but then it's only valid for a month, and then it resets again.
No, it's a good security. You know, there are also those people who say, no, I'm covered, but nothing happened to me. It's a good example, because it's like you have a security at the door. If something not happened to you, at least you are protected, which is quite understandable. So you are saying if somebody is a high earner, is excluded from your service. What if somebody is a CEO but want to support you?
No, we are not excluding anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's available to everyone. It's accessible to anyone with a mobile phone. Given that it can, it's able to, let me say, have a USSD functionality. So even a car touch or smartphone, as long as you are able to dial those codes, then you are good to go.
Now let's look at. Before I give your partner also an opportunity, your business partner an opportunity to say something, let us look at Basecamp. How was your journey with Basecamp, incubation center as a business? Okay,
Basecamp had a very big role in Kasikava. From the beginning, they helped us. I came through Basecamp in the Hunt program, which was the first program of the journey. So this journey is basically just mentorship, and also looking for sponsorship, and as well as collaborations with other people who can help you grow in your business. So they helped us refine our idea into a sustainable business, whereby they actually give you practical examples or activities whereby you have to really think about the impact of the business idea, and as well as working on how to grow it. So basically, Basecamp has been there, and they have helped us in a lot of ways in collaborating with other people as well.
Yeah, how is the networking? Did the platform bring you opportunity to network with others? Did you get engage with maybe international partners, because incubation center bring around various entrepreneurs? How
Yes.
was that?
The collaboration was there. We met a lot of individuals, and we also got introduced to a lot of people from Nanfisa to MTC, and also when you are pitching your ideas, you get potential investors. So I think that's quite a lot. And also they introduced us to international entity, Bima Lab. So I think they are good at insurance and stuff like that. So it's a great way to start.
It's a good thing, because when I was looking at the records here, even when you look at statistics, you realize to say insurance companies, you look at the records of Namfisa, insurance company either is short-term or long-term, insurance, you realize to say they actually made a lot of money, and people are interested. And with that, I think it's interesting to see how things are going to work around. Now, let us look at the interaction with you, and also maybe the authority, and also a system. If somebody asks you, because entrepreneurs, they always have challenges that they are solving. They are always faced with problems. If there are two things that you need to ask, not from Basecamp, but there are two things that you want to extend your business to fully operational, what are those things, and how are you going to work it out?
Okay, the first one would be the app development, and as well as connecting with the local mobile operators. So this will really, let me say, impact on our business, because they have the base already. So if we are able to secure a partnership with them, it will be easier to reach our market base, and as well as just integrate the app development. Yes.
So the finance we already secured, you are fine.
No, actually. We didn't secure funding yet. We are still looking for potential investors. So that's the part that's really killing us.
And the Memeshafuda said that youth fund is open until now. You can still apply. Maybe we should also look at that platform, especially with new ideas. I think I don't want to say you are going to get it, but it's open. I think if you try that, I think to get you somewhere. So if there are two words that you have to give to young entrepreneurs out there, especially entering, it's called uncharted territory, especially when we only know few people. Let me say a few people who have been in the auto industry, but now you see a lot of Namibians, few people who have been even medical field. Those years, it was not for everybody unless you become a nurse. But doing something that is completely different and changing the whole game, I think it's quite very interesting now to young entrepreneurs out there. Because I'm always giving an example that in Namibia we have two kinds of young people. You have that one who is just waking up and being on TikTok and do all the insult and complain about government. And there are also those really who are trying to say, at least I must do something. But at the end of the day, we need to help each other. Maybe just through your experience, you are a student, but you are already into that journey. What advice can you give to? I want you to give to the young lady there who has a business idea, but she's just maybe looking herself on the mirror, doubting herself, or maybe just thinking that people are not assisting her. What can you indicate?
So I would say that if you have an idea, big or small, does not matter. If you want it, then you can get it. As long as you dream big, and it's possible if you put your mind to it. So there is no limit. And if you are struggling, there's always people out there willing to help. So if you put your idea out there, then there's always that 1% that will listen and actually help you. So if you are determined to do something, go out there, and then someone will obviously notice and lend a helping hand.
Yes, Sunday Simataa, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Right. Yeah, we are moving forward with business and economic segment from Sunday Simataa. We are joined by another co-founder of Kasi Cover Micro Insurance Company, and that is Mr. Sefelino Simfukwe, and he's also going to engage us in the studio. Mr. Sefelino, thank you very much for joining us, and how are things going?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. And I'm always interested in new things. How is Kasi Cover has been, particularly in bringing the business to light, and what was your experience? We have heard from your colleague Sunday, but to you, how was the experience, particularly entering in this industry?
No, it has been a very good journey.
Yeah.
It has been a good journey,
Yeah.
and obviously as entrepreneurs we face different challenges every day. Yeah, so the industry obviously is a very tough industry to enter. Insurance giants all over the country. Looking at Sanlam, Old Mutual, and Santam and whatnot. Yeah, so entering into the industry, we came into the industry with a very different mindset and approach. So we are not looking to particularly challenge the bigger giants, but rather
It's a fair
collaborate.
Fair competition.
Yeah,
It's got-
collaborating. Yeah, so we are offering a very different product. It's first of its kind in the country.
yeah.
Yeah, so it has been challenging, obviously, to get partners and to get the message out there. Yeah, but fairly good enough.
One thing, my experience interviewing co-founders, there is always a good cop and a bad cop. Which one is you?
I think I'm the bad cop. I think I'm always the bad cop. Yeah.
No, because you want to know what role, because it could be that your partnership complement each other. What role do you play as a co-founder of Kasi Cover Insurance
Well,
Company?
so basically, I'm in business development.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm more into bringing maybe say investors on board. Yeah, and getting the message across. I'm more of a bad cop, as you said. Yeah.
No,
she's on the other side of the bad cop. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's actually a very good thing. Now let us look at the future. Let's see everything goes according to plan. What you have dream about came about. Where do you want to see Kasi Cover Micro Insurance Company in the next 5 years, if the situation go according to plan?
Well, so what our plan is in the next 5 years is obviously to take over the insurance industry in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a very huge challenge. But obviously we want to aim as high as we possibly can. Yeah, so in the next 5 years we want to potentially enter into the Southern African market.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's obviously about 2 major players in Southern Africa that are doing the similar product as to what we want to do with Kasi Cover. But obviously we are the first in the country. So we want to be the biggest micro insurance operator in Namibia. Yeah, so we will obviously start small. We start with commerce, then we'll go to other regions as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a very good thing. Now there is something that Sunday has mentioned, particularly at the beginning, regarding a business research. You went to the field and do your research.
Yeah.
I also wanted to get it from you to say, when you do research, I know you interviewed maybe clients and potential clients. How is the understanding of Namibian people according to in terms of insurance? How is the understanding, and how did you find it? Maybe also on top of that, how did the low income earners respond to this call that you present to them?
Okay, so I'll start with how the low income earners responded. At the middle of last year, 2025,
Yeah.
we had an exhibition that we were invited to by Nafisa. So we did an exhibition where there was, potential users, investors, and obviously regulators that were present at the exhibition. So we got feedback and response from 3 different groups. The investors, obviously, the users, and the regulators, which is Nafisa. So the response was way better than we had expected. Yeah, so looking at what we are pricing the product at $2 for every time you recharge.
Yeah.
So the response was highly like great than we had expected. Yeah, and then what was the other question again?
No, it's just the response of the potential users of the product. How did you find it about?
No, the response is great. And then when we did our research, we looked at the population of the country. It's about 2.8 million to 3 million in the entire Namibia. And then we looked at the mobile operators in the country. We have MTC and Telecom. So if you look at the combined number of users, because our product is basically based on mobile operators, it's based on airtime recharge. So obviously we want to integrate it with mobile operators, MTC and Telecom. So if you look at their numbers, their users, they already have that clientele base, which is close to 2-3 million users. So if you look at what we are pricing the product to, the potential users that we have, there's a huge market gap there that can be really filled.
It's a good initiative, because somebody who must always have something to assist. You find somebody who you see is a gentleman, or is a lady who is civilized in the society, but one little thing can happen to that person. Then you see the true color of the person that you are dealing with, particularly having a backup money to go to the hospital and all these things. But to me, $2, I think even if I lose it the whole year, it's not a loss. It's quite a security, because that money that you have seen that I have seen on your poster can really save somebody's life. Because somebody just even stressed to say I got into this trouble I did not cause. But from the hospital, we don't even have any money to.
I think this is why we particularly targeted the low income earners. We wanted to provide inclusion to everybody in the society. Even people that do not qualify for traditional insurance. They do not have stable jobs, or they do not work. Obviously, every time you recharge $5, you would not mind being deducted at $2 just so you can be offered insurance.
Definitely. How are the students? How did the students respond, especially university students?
Yeah, we had 2 different of responses in terms of students. We had people from the University of Namibia that came to the exhibition last year, and they responded very well in terms of wanting to actually engage with us and work with us. And that was one group. And then the other groups, they were interested in, they questioned us, when is it launching? When can we start? They were so interested and eager to know.
Yeah, but if somebody asks that question, is it this year, or is it next year, when?
Hopefully, we have made a huge milestones. We already have the prototype of the product that we showcased at the exhibition, and we have engaged other international partners like Bima Lab and Nafisa as well. We are in talks. Certain things that we cannot disclose at the moment.
Indeed.
Yeah, but obviously we are looking forward to launching this year. Yeah.
Yes, and I will ask you the same question I've asked Sunday. There is the moment you come to this stage, it shows that you succeeded already in what you did and where you are going in. But there is a certain spirit that entrepreneurs have, and I want you to share that, because when people see you or hear you on the radio, they think, no, Simfukwe is just a lucky guy. Things were just flowing. He's already in this industry, or Sunday is just a lucky lady, and all these things. But I want you to bring out this thing of how is it easy to you? Because when you speak, no, I made this international company, so I sit with Nafisa. to other people, it's still looking like something that cannot be done. But how give me something related to how do you deal with setbacks and challenges in your journey?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that I've learned in terms of entrepreneurship journey, it's the two biggest things is ambition and resilience. Yeah. So you need to be really ambitious and very resilient.
Yeah.
Because we've had situations where we've approached major players in the insurance sector,
Yeah.
and they never responded to our calls or messages.
But they have to doubt you first.
Yeah, they need to doubt you. We knocked at doors that were impossible to knock at, but we got responses and all that. So it was all about resilience, and we're just as ambitious. Yeah.
Just to word to a young entrepreneur there who is timid, who is just some people have really good ideas, but they are just scared. What is my family going to say? What is my mother going to say? Because the biggest fear is a fear of failing, which has really kept us down. I think I'm always telling people this. I think colonialism has done something to us also.
Yeah.
but what is your message to a young man out there with good ideas but cannot just move to step one?
Yeah, obviously, you take out the fear of failure and doubt. So you have to go against your dreams at all times. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining us at the Business and Economic segment, and it was great to host you, Sefelino Simfukwe, and also Sunday Simataa. Thank you, and I cannot wait. I also want to make sure that I will be one of your clients once you launch. And you're always welcome at the Business and Economic segment, especially with economic ideas, because here we decided to make sure that we deal with the business aspect, progress, economics, trade, and everything that affect our bread and butter. You are ready. If you are ready to come and share ideas with us or give analysis on that field, please make sure that you make it 10. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.